The Seadogs podcast, all things Scarborough Athletic FC.
Hello and welcome to episode 59 of the Seadogs podcast, all things Scarborough Athletic FC, hosted by me, lifelong Boro fan, Paddy Billington, and brought to you by This Is The Coast, the local commercial radio station for the Yorkshire Coast, and the radio station that brings you full match commentary of every single Scarborough Athletic match, home and away, in the National League North season 2025-26, and those cup games as well. Well, coming up in this episode, we speak to Scarborough Athletics chairman Trevor Bull. We talk about the amazing starts to the season in terms of the league form, also the disappointment of going out in the FA Cup at the first time of asking, but the potential for maybe an FA Trophy run this season. That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? It's about time as well. We'll also talk about some of the new players coming in, how you can still support Scarborough even if you can't support Scarborough at the Mounting System Stadium in Bridlington. Also some new initiatives like hospitality at the Bridlington Rugby Club. Fantastic. And we'll also talk about the pitch, of course. We've got the latest on the Scarborough Sports Village pitch. Plus, we've been asking in the Scarborough Athletic Supporters Group, past and present, who are the biggest characters associated with Scarborough FC or Scarborough Athletic FC. All that to come on episode 59 of the Seadogs podcast from This Is The Coast. All things Scarborough Athletic FC. This is the Post. Well, the numbers continue to be absolutely phenomenal. Recent episodes have had over 8,000 downloads, so there's lots of interest in these podcasts, and more importantly, Scarborough Athletic FC. So let's start with the pitch then. A timescale for the repair of the 3G pitch at Scarborough Sports Village is expected to be known next month. Now, the pitch has been closed since June due to serious structural issues, forcing Scarborough Athletic to play their home games in Bridlington. Local councillors have been told the project to fix the pitch is on track. At a meeting of the Scarborough and Whitby Area Committee, Councillor David Chance read out a council update which stated it is working with contractor Wilmot Dixon and a range of specialists on a preferred technical option.
We continue to work with Wilmot Dixon and a range of specialists in relation to the preferred technical option. We've recently had some additional boreholes and soil samples taken, and we are now working on analysing the results of these and finalising the solution. We should be able to give more information about the details early next month. Yorkshire Water are also currently undertaking works to clear identified blockages in their section of the pipework. This is a complex process, but the assurances previously given about the timescale remain. We are all working to ensure the football can resume on the pitch as quickly as possible.
Now, Matt Hewison, the council's head of sport, told councillors that a productive meeting was held with Wilmot Dixon and other partners where the importance of timescales was emphasised. He explained that the contractor is waiting for final soil sample results, which will provide the evidence needed to determine the work necessary.
The big thing that we're really pushing is the timescales that they're held to and that we can get football back on that pitch as soon as we can. Wilmot Dixon assured us that all they're waiting for is just some final soil sample results that will provide them with all the evidence they need to say what the work needs to be done on the pitch. And they've promised us a timeline in a report by the end of October, so we'll be able to obviously update the football club, the Scarborough ladies, other users, to making sure that football is back on that site. But we are really conscious that the timeline is hugely important for everyone, for community use, but the club in terms of their business plan, their financial plan, and the town as well in terms of having a facility that's accessible.
And of course, you can get the very latest on the pitch developments on air at This Is The Coast, but also online at thisisthecoast.co.uk. And of course, we'll post links out on our social media pages as well.
The Seadogs podcast, all things Scarborough Athletic FC.
Right, in a moment we'll speak to Scarborough Athletics chairman Trevor Bull. Lots to chat about with Trevor, but firstly, as we mentioned, we've been asking this question. When it comes to characters at Scarborough FC or Scarborough Athletic, who are the biggest characters? Who springs to mind? We'll do the first load of comments now. We'll do some more just before the end of the episode. Jason Fenwick says, George Agani, celebrating a Boro goal in front of 2,500 Burnley fans at the old athletic ground. Neil Treble, says Craig Traps. And Tim Skelton, psycho without a doubt, Colin Sutherland. And Stephen Adamson says, Jeff Barmby always had a big smile on his face and loved to chat to supporters during breaks in play. We'll do some more of those very soon. We'll also ask Trevor who his big characters are as well from all of his years watching Scarborough Athletic. So Trevor Ball, Scarborough Athletic Chairman, welcome to episode 59 of the Seadogs podcast. And firstly, wow, what a start to the league season in terms of the form. Second in the league, only lost the one game. That was the first game of the season. Won all 5 of our home matches so far. You must be absolutely delighted with that.
Well, I guess we're absolutely flying. It's a sort of start we always hope for, but wow, we're overachieving at the moment. As you say, we've only lost since the opening day of the season. We haven't lost in the league, and to be fair, that game down at Kidderminster was a really good performance as well. And of course, really underpinned by the 100% home record, and we're the only team in the league that's achieved that. So yeah, it's an unbelievable start to the season. And
it must be so pleasing that Scarborough has settled into the mounting system stadium so well in terms of that form.
Yes, yeah, it's a fair play to Bridlington. They made us feel very welcome, and the players enjoy playing on a grass pitch. It's been superb. It's a good big pitch which suits our style of play. So yeah, it's going very well. And I suppose another thing to point out is the improvement in our defence as well since last season, because at the moment we're the second best defensive team in the league as well. So it's a lot to be thankful for on the pitch. Jono's doing a great job.
Yeah, he is. He really is. But it is also a reminder as well. We've been talking all the time in these first few weeks. It's so important to keep the squad fit. And obviously we have had a couple of injuries now. And Jake Hull, who's been so solid for us in those first opening games, out for a little bit. So it just shows it is a fine line, isn't it, with this amazing form. But it's great that the squad has been strengthened as well with some new faces coming in on loan.
Yeah, you're right. Jake Hull's a big miss because he was absolutely playing out of his skin. Really disappointed to be losing him for a few weeks, but he'll be back, and when he comes back, he will make us stronger again. And as you say, bring in the lads in. You know, Wally coming back from Sheffield, and then the lad from Barnsley and the lad from Hull City. Yeah, great additions. You know, young lads, but they're here to prove a point, and we've had very good reports from their base clubs where they're very highly rated. So it's an opportunity for them to show their parent clubs what they can do. Indeed.
Now, attendances, it would be nice to get more through. I know you'd love to hit that 1,000 mark. What are your thoughts? You can't be disappointed with so many people, 800 or so coming down to Bridlington, but it would be great to get more through the door, wouldn't you? I know it's a fine line financially, isn't it, that we're treading at the moment.
We're immensely grateful to all our supporters are making that 17-mile journey down to Bridlington, and it's very, very much appreciated. And certainly they are creating a great atmosphere for the players to play in front of, and the players are enjoying that side of it as well. You rightly point out that it's probably not enough for what we need. With increased crowd would definitely help our finances. So, if anyone can get there, great. And if they can't, please join up to our Count Me In campaign to make a generous donation. Because whilst we love people to be there, unashamedly, it's the money we're after.
Yeah. So, maybe you've got work commitments, or, normally you've got that couple of hours spare, but you just can't maybe have the 4 hours or so that you might need to get to Bridlington and back. But actually, if you would love to be there and you can't for whatever reason, like you say, you can just make a donation on the Count Me In campaign, and then at least the money is still coming into the coffers.
Absolutely, because there's that, and we are going to be thankful for a lot of other income streams that we've been doing so well. Sponsors, a lot of sponsors have stayed with us. That's really important to point out. The No Battle, No Victory Fund, that's ticking away nicely. So thanks to all those members. We've got some new 2025 members. And of course, all those buying shirts as well. It all helps. We're trying different things. So I think you've probably seen we're hosting a hospitality, pre-match hospitality at the rugby club in a few weeks' time. So if anyone can come and take part in that would be great. It all helps our campaign to keep our club going.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that actually, because will that be able to bring a decent amount of money in potentially for the club? Because obviously the rugby club are hosting it, so they'll need to take something.
No, we've done a very advantageous deal with the rugby club. They're looking to help us as well. Obviously, they'll make a bit of money out of it as well, which is only fair. But of course, we'll make a good amount of money out of that day as well. So yeah, if people are thinking they can support us by coming to hospitality, they absolutely can.
It's great though, isn't it, that obviously we're not able to play at home, but we're playing our games at the football club in Bridlington, and now we're able to do something with the rugby club next door as well. That really is great sort of teamwork from the community, that, isn't it?
It is, and I think there's something about a little bit of I don't know, call it siege mentality or whatever you do, but because our clubs, whatever sport, we're isolated out here on the coast. So it's really important that we all stick together, and hopefully in years to come, when we get ourselves back into Scarborough, we can return the favour.
So we posted on our website on Wednesday, the 24th of September, that a timescale for the repair of the 3G pitch at Scarborough Sports Village is expected to be known next month. So I assume you're on top of that as well. So hopefully. There will be a timescale, and then we can all sort of breathe a sigh of relief. That's the hope, right?
Yeah, of course, the whole process is incredibly frustrating, and of course we did know that the pre-works before any diggers got started on the pitch that were quite immense, because they've got one chance to get this right, so they've got to do all the pre-work very, very carefully. But the important thing for me is in that statement they've said that they're still on track, and on track means that we'll be back for next season. So if they're still saying that's great news, and we'll see what the timeline is when they publish it in next month.
And whatever happens, on the pitch this season, full well, don't you, for that first home game back at home next season, everyone will want a ticket. Everyone will want to be there, won't they? Because it'll be such a big thing. But we just want them at Bridlington now, don't we? That's the point. We want them at Bridlington now.
Well, we want to know, but of course, you rightly point out everyone will be there. So there'll be 3,000 people claiming they went to every match in Bridlington and deserve a ticket. So please start coming to Bridlington now, so that we can come back and have that first game back.
Yeah, indeed. So it's obviously we've got to mention the FA Cup as well. Massive disappointment that we went out at the first stage. I'm sure you were really keeping your fingers crossed for a good FA Cup run. That would have made a huge difference. So obviously a little disappointed with that.
Disappointing on the pitch because, of course, but we've had 2 great years. Two consecutive runs to the first round proper. So you can't take that away from us. But of course, it takes away an opportunity to create some more revenue for us. It is a revenue and an opportunity that we've lost. So yeah, it is immensely frustrating. We never do budget for wins in the FA Cup. It always comes as a bonus. But you're absolutely right. It would have made a big difference in helping us get to the end of this season.
But there is always that other trophy that historically we've done okay in, but we never seem to these days. But maybe this is the season.
I'm confident it's going to be different this year. It has to be.
But there is a potential there, especially with the way the club are playing, that we could have a bit of a good run.
It would be nice. I went to Wembley for the final last year because, of course, Spennymoor were in it from our league. So if Spennymoor can get to it, who knows? But we're not putting any pressure on anybody to achieve anything. We're just going to go out there and do the best we can and see where it takes us. But it'd be great to have some fun in the trophy, given our former club's rich history in that competition.
Yeah, indeed. I've got the programmes on my wall, actually. I wasn't there, you were, but I have got the programmes on my wall. I'm looking at one of them now. But for Spennymoor Town, I remember because we were playing them in the league just before their Wembley appearance, and there was such a buzz about the club, wasn't there? And, it was just massive for them. So, we can't talk about Wembley now, but there is still that opportunity, and it will be important for the club to try and have a run in one of those upcoming trophies.
It would, and it gives the town a bit of excitement. It gives. I've always said that young people, our younger fans, really understand the cup competition. So they love we all love those must-win games, don't we? Brings a real excitement. So it'd be great to get some big matches over at Queensgate and pack the place out.
And finally, I've been asking on the Scarborough Athletics supporters group page about big characters, past and present, for Scarborough. I'm sure you'll have come across many big characters over the years. I mean, who would you mention? Who springs to mind first for you when you think of a big character?
As a character, I'm going back a lot of years now. There was a player called Kenny Ellis, and he was a real character on the pitch. So yeah, he was probably my first character that I came across. But then you've got the likes of you got Bert Garrow, Alan Franks, all truly great players. But then you come across current characters, and I can't get past Jimmy Beadle.
Yeah,
I think character is a kind term that we can call him.
Love it. Yeah. But you like you say, you need that though, don't you? You need that personality, don't you?
Oh, absolutely, and it helps create team spirit, and team spirit is massive for us as a club. You know, we're all in it together, whether it's directors, players, managers, turnstile operators, supporters. Because we're fan owned, we're all in it together. We've got an equal stake in our hopeful success. So yeah, we're all in it together. We win together, we lose together, but we're going to have a great time doing it.
I always remember at the old ground in the East Stand watching Scarborough play Aldershot, and I think we were hammering them 3 or 4-0, something like that, and their goalkeeper was having loads of banter with the Scarborough fans behind the goal, and I always remember him shouting back saying, "It's all right for you, I have to put up with this every week." I always remember that. It was brilliant.
Yeah. Although I've noticed that when our fans harass goalkeepers, it never ends well. They always make a worldly save and stop us from winning or something. So you bait visiting goalkeepers with some caution.
So it's a weekend off, isn't it? What are you going to do with your time?
Well, I might go watch some rugby. Right. Scarborough Rugby Club are playing at home, so I might just go and watch some rugby on Saturday.
Yeah, and you're probably going to be handing out Scarborough Athletic leaflets, aren't you?
Probably.
Well, you're there. Come on, watch the football, guys. Yeah. All right. Thanks so much for your time. And I won't be at Kings Lynn, but I will be back commentating at some more games in October. So looking forward to clearing out the weekends of work and getting back to watching the Seadogs again. Because I've only seen him win this season, to be honest, Trevor. So,
Oh, well, you need to keep coming, Paddy. But thanks again for all your help, mate.
Pleasure.
The Seadogs Podcast.
He's going to have a strike from distance.
All things Scarborough Athletic FC.
What a strike! 25 yards! This is the call.
Big thanks to Trevor Ball, as open and honest as always about the current situation with the club on and off the pitch. And, in terms of that league form, it is absolutely incredible. But you heard him there. It's not quite enough in terms of the fans. So please. I know loads of Boro fans have been saying to me, Scarborough doing so well at the moment, aren't they? And I'm saying, have you been down yet? And they're like, oh, no, it's just that it's quite a long way, isn't it? And fair enough, everyone's got their reasons, but, we want to make sure there is a club to come back to when Scarborough get back to Scarborough. So please do support the Boro at the Mounting System Stadium in Bridlington if you can. More of your comments now on who are the biggest characters ever to put a Boro shirt on and the reasons. Tim Skelton, Stoker Cam was a game we played in the shed, I think, so he would be a good one. David Bowerbank says, Bert Garrow, biggest in more ways than one, played the game with a smile, always had a joke with us kids behind the goal, and played his part in the greatest day in the club's history, which in my opinion tops the 1987 promotion. Controversial and contentious, I know, he says. Neil Elvidge says Ian Ironside, Alan Kamara, Stevie Richards as well. Jeff Barnby says Kenneth Watkinson. John Kay says Paul Ellis. And Paul Broadhead says Gordon Banks. Inter-Italian challenge games, if my memory serves me right. Daniel Lamb, John Burridge. And Mark Appleby also goes for George Agani. Proper old school player, didn't care who he upset. And there's a few people mentioning Bimbo Fatican as well. I do remember him leaping up with those somersaults when he banged in the goals for Scarborough in the early noughties. Right, it's episode 59 of the Seadogs podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts from, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts, and always at thisisthecoast.co.uk/podcasts with me, Paddy Billington. In Boro news, the August 2025 winners have been revealed from the Boro draw. For just £5 a month, you can win up to £250. First prize £250, second prize £100, third prize £25. All profits go to the club. And if you want to find out who has won this last month, then just go to the news section at scarboroughAthletic.com. Also, the club are delighted to announce that Askew Brook are sponsoring the reserve team home shirt this season. The club say they're grateful for the continued support of Rich and the team and thank them for backing the Boro. Some sad news, the club have been informed by his daughter that former Scarborough FC player Owen Laffey passed away on the 10th of September. Owen will be fondly remembered by many supporters. He joined Boro in 1960 from Sheffield Wednesday and was a regular in the team over the next decade. And he was a member of the 62-63 North Eastern League title-winning side. And while with Boro, he made 365 appearances, scoring 8 goals. And an MRI scan carried out has unfortunately revealed that Jake Hull has sustained a grade 2 hamstring tear. Jake's already commenced his rehabilitation but could still face around 6 weeks on the sidelines. The club want to wish him all the best with his recovery. There's always more news, including details on the new signings, Zane Myers, Theo Chapman, and of course the return of Wally as well, at scarboroughAthletic.com in the news section. Next game will be on the 4th of October, Saturday the 4th of October, Kings Lynn Town against Scarborough Athletic. On the map, it doesn't look too far away, but it does take quite a while to get there. Why not take the hassle out of travel and get yourself booked on with the Valley Bar Seadogs? You can find out more by finding Valley Bar Seadogs on social media. And of course, there are links to their pages and phone numbers on the Scarborough Athletic website. And of course, we'll have full match commentary of that game on This Is The Coast Extra at thisisthecoast.co.uk/extra, or on the This Is The Coast app. Switch station to Extra Scarborough, or get your Alexa to launch This Is The Coast Extra Scarborough. Thanks for listening to episode 59. On our previous episode, a proper in-depth chat with Kieran Wellergy as he fast approaches his 200th appearance for the club. So if you haven't heard that yet, do check that out, and we'll see you on episode 60 of the Boro.
This is the Post.